Welcome to another episode of Extreme Expat Stories of Thailand. Hi, I thought I married the perfect woman. 3 children, a comfortable life, and a massage shop that paid for it all. Until a fired employee handed me a ledger and photographs that turned my whole life into a lie. This is how a marriage, a business, and a reputation collapsed in slow motion. And why you should never ignore the little red flags. I'm writing this from Bangkok while hiding my 3 kids behind instant noodle boxes, planning our escape back to Belize. What I'm about to tell you is so crazy it makes soap operas look boring. My name is Fabio Ramirez Singh Williams. Yes, that's real. I'm 47, from Belize. And for 25 years I worked oil rigs worldwide. Think Indiana Jones, but hunting black gold instead of artifacts. In 2018, I was working Dubai oil fields, making excellent money but dying of loneliness. My colleague Rajesh suggested we get therapeutic massages for our aching backs. Being the innocent oil worker I am, I thought, perfect. That's when I met her, Niran. Picture a Thai tourism ad come to life. Petite, brilliant smile, voice sweeter than condensed milk. She was from a village near Chiang Mai, worked at Bangkok Dream Spa. The massage was legitimate, therapeutic, and somehow fixed both my back and my lonely heart. I started going weekly, then twice weekly. We'd chat about everything. Her family's rice farm, my oil adventures, carnival, Thai festivals, whether aliens exist. She was convinced they did. After 6 months, I asked her to dinner. She said yes. 1 year later, I proposed on Burj Khalifa at sunset with a 3-month salary ring. She cried. I cried. Even security looked emotional. We married in Dubai with her Thai family and my Belizean clan. Imagine saris mixing with Thai silk, soca music with folk songs, my Spanish grandmother using Google Translate with Buddhist monks. Cultural fusion, explosion. Soon we had 3 beautiful kids, Anaya, Miguel, and Sofia. Life was perfect. I was making bank. Niran was happy as a housewife. Kids thriving. But deep down, I sometimes caught Niran staring at her phone late at night, smiling at messages I never asked about. At the time, I brushed it off. Probably family, right? In hindsight, those little red flags were flares I ignored. Looking back, I realized love can make you blind, even willfully blind. If you've ever been in that honeymoon haze, you know what I mean. Your brain tells you something's off, but your heart just shouts louder. No way, she loves me. COVID destroyed oil prices. Companies fired everyone. Guess who got laid off? Me, 25-year veteran, suddenly unemployed with 3 kids and a wife to support. Niran was incredible during this crisis. She'd massage my stressed shoulders, cook my favorites, constantly reassure me. "My benrai," she'd say. "No worries." When she said it, I believed it. After months of failed job hunting and disappearing savings, Niran suggested the life-changing move. "Fabio, darling, why don't we move to Thailand? I can open massage shop, you teach English. Living very cheap, children learn culture. We be near my family." I loved Thailand from our visits. The people, food, culture, everything was cheaper. With my experience, I figured I'd easily find work in Bangkok's international sector. Late 2020, we packed our lives into 3 suitcases and moved to the land of smiles. Initially, everything was wonderful. Nice Bangkok house. Kids adapted quickly. I landed a university lecturing job teaching business management. Not oil money, but decent. Niran was excited about her massage shop dream. She found the perfect location in Pattaya, 2 hours from Bangkok. Busy area near beach. Lots of tourists. "This will be our future, Fabio. We build successful business." Being supportive and knowing nothing about massage businesses. I invested all our savings, 30,000 USD, into Niran's Healing Touch Massage. Renovation took 3 months and cost more than expected. Niran kept requesting essential improvements: premium massage tables, fancy oils, lighting, sound systems, Arctic air conditioning, marble floors, 5-star decorations. Every time I questioned expenses, she'd sweetly explain, "Darling, we must have best quality. Customers pay more for luxury. Trust me, I know this business." Trust her I did, like a lamb following a shepherd off a cliff. Looking back, I should have noticed the warning signs. The marble floors weren't just luxury, they were camouflage. Who puts marble floors in a massage shop meant for tourists wearing flip-flops full of sand? Every new upgrade was another layer of disguise, making sure no casual visitor or husband ever suspected what really went on behind closed doors. And here's the thing, whenever I tried to peek into the accounts or ask too many questions, Niran would tilt her head, laugh sweetly, and say, "Darling, you don't understand Thai culture." That one sentence disarmed me every single time. Grand opening in early 2021. Buddhist monks blessing. Traditional dancers. Free massages for first 50 customers. Enough food for an army. I was so proud watching Niran cut the ribbon. Business seemed to boom immediately. Niran left early mornings, returned late evenings, exhausted but happy. She'd tell stories about customers, stressed businessmen needing deep tissue work, tourist couples wanting romantic spa experiences, elderly locals seeking arthritis relief. "Today I helped German man with a very bad back," she'd say. "American lady very stressed from work. They so happy after massage. Big tips." The money was incredible. 15,000 to 25,000 baht daily. That's 400 to 700 USD every single day. We afforded a bigger house, better schools, family vacations, college savings. I was busy with university work, rarely visited the shop. When I did, everything looked professional. Clean facilities, proper rooms, certificates on walls, competent staff. Niran hired 3 masseuses, Ploy, Nim, and Daw, supposedly trained in traditional Thai massage. They seemed nervous around me, which I attributed to shyness around the boss's husband. For 3 years, this routine continued. I taught, Niran ran her successful business, kids grew up happy and bilingual. Life was a perfectly choreographed dance. 2 months ago, everything crashed like a hurricane hitting cards. Nim got fired for unprofessional behavior. Niran came home more upset than ever, pacing like a caged tiger, muttering rapid Thai. "What happened?" I asked. "Nim very bad employee. She no listen. Make trouble with customer. Try steal money. I fire immediately." 3 weeks later, Nim appeared at my university during lunch. I recognized her immediately. Former employee wanting to apologize or ask for her job back, right? Wrong. "I have something to show you about your wife's shop," she said carefully, "about what really happened there." She pulled out photographs, documents, and a ledger book. My confusion turned to shock, then horror, then rage so intense I thought I'd combust in the faculty cafeteria. The photographs show the shop's interior, but not the professional establishment I knew. These revealed a different reality. Rooms with beds instead of massage tables, dim lighting, candles, and decorations that had nothing to do with therapeutic massage. The ledger was worse, page after page in Niran's handwriting, documenting services definitely not on any legitimate massage menu. Services coded as special relaxation, full body release, premium experience. But wait, it gets worse. Nim had customer feedback forms business cards advertising the spa with full service relaxation, and pictures definitely not advertising traditional massage. WhatsApp screenshots between Niran and customers discussing appointments for services that would make sailors blush. How long? I whispered. From beginning, Nim said sadly. All 3 years. She make very good money, but no share fairly with workers. When I ask fair pay, she fire me. Nim explained she kept these records as insurance, knowing what they did was illegal. She tried quitting, but Niran threatened immigration trouble. Nim's visa was complicated. I no want hurt you. You seem good man, good father. But people should know truth. Your wife use your name, reputation, make business seem respectable. Many customers think you know. Everything made sense. The excessive income, late hours, nervous staff, Niran's secretiveness, insisting on Pattaya instead of Bangkok. That night, I barely slept. I kept replaying every late closing excuse. Every time she told me not to visit because it was busy. Suddenly, all the dots connected into a picture so ugly I wanted to tear it apart. My mind even went back to our wedding day. Her crying at the altar. Were those tears of love or relief that she had just secured her perfect frontman? It's a dangerous thing when your memories, the very foundation of your marriage, suddenly feel like lies. You start questioning everything. And once that seed of doubt is planted, it grows like weeds in your brain, choking out every good memory you once held sacred. Pattaya, as any Thailand expat knows, is famous for its diverse entertainment industry. I've been too naively focused on legitimate spa culture to see obvious signs. That evening, I confronted Niran with evidence. The conversation was pure soap opera. Tears, accusations, denials, revelations spinning my head like an overdrive washing machine. Initially, she denied everything, claiming Nim lied for revenge. But faced with photographs and her own handwriting, she broke down and confessed. I do for family, for children education, good life, regular massage business very hard, too much competition. This way, we make good money, secure future. She tried explaining it as another service industry, helping people relax, not really different from Dubai, which was absolutely not this kind of service I would have noticed. You use our money, my reputation, I shouted, probably waking the neighborhood. People think I'm running this operation. University colleagues, students, friends. They think I'm some kind of business owner in that industry. The argument lasted hours. She alternated between apologizing profusely and justifying her actions. She claimed she planned to tell me eventually, wanted to save enough money to transition back to legitimate services. Thought I was too naive to understand Thailand's business realities. The last part stung because she was absolutely right. I am naive. I'm a simple oil worker from Belize believing in traditional values, honest work, treating people with respect. I thought I married someone sharing those values. Over the next days, I discovered more disturbing details. Hidden bank statements and receipts revealed the business generated over 2 million baht in the past year. Serious money paying for our comfortable lifestyle, expensive schools, family vacations, savings. I learned several other massage shops in the area knew about our operation, referring customers back and forth. An entire network existed with Nira's Healing Touch Massage, quite popular among expatriates and tourist circles. The worst part, some university colleagues had apparently been customers. I started noticing weird looks and whispered conversations on campus, realizing my professional reputation was potentially ruined. Here I was teaching business ethics while unknowingly married to someone running an entirely different kind of international business. After confrontation, Niran seemed genuinely remorseful. promising to shut down questionable aspects immediately. She'd lay off ploy and daw, renovate back to legitimate massage, start fresh with proper traditional services only. I wanted to believe her. Despite everything, I still loved her. She was my children's mother. We'd invested so much time and money building our Thailand life that starting over seemed impossible. For 2 weeks, things seemed better. Niran came home earlier. Daily income dropped significantly. Actually reassuring. She showed me legitimate massage therapy certification programs she planned to join. Then, last week, I made an unannounced visit during lunch, planning to surprise her with her favorite restaurant food as a peace offering. What I found nearly gave me a heart attack. The shop was packed with male customers, all looking very relaxed and happy, none appearing to have received therapeutic massages. Nina was in the back room with a customer. When she saw me through the window, her face went white as coconut milk. Like walking into a parallel universe where my wife was someone I didn't recognize. I remember standing frozen in that doorway, food bag trembling in my hands, the smell of scented oils mixed with cheap cologne and cigarette smoke. I heard muffled laughter from the back rooms. My heart pounded so loud I thought the customers could hear it. One guy actually walked past my shirt half-buttoned, winked, and said, "Best spot in Pattaya, mate." He thought I was in on it. That wink cut deeper than any confession because it confirmed what everyone else believed, that I was the mastermind behind this dirty empire. The confrontation made our previous argument look like a polite dinner disagreement. She'd continued full operations, lied directly to my face for 2 weeks, even hired 2 new girls replacing those she claimed to have laid off. "You lied to me," I shouted, probably audible to the entire street. "You promised stop, but you continue. You make me look like a fool." "Business very good," she shouted back, her English abandoning her. "Why you destroy successful business? You think university job pay children's school? Small salary buy nice house? Car?" I'll never forget her face in that moment. Not shame, not fear, pure defiance. Like she was daring me to walk away, knowing full well I was trapped by love for my children. It was like watching a stranger wearing my wife's face. And the worst part, a small voice in my head whispered, "She's not wrong. Your salary won't keep this life afloat." That voice terrified me more than her betrayal, because it meant part of me understood why she did it. And if you ever caught yourself almost sympathizing with the very person who's ruining you, you know it's the most soul-crushing betrayal of all. That's when I realized survival meant silencing that voice forever. There it was. Brutal truth. She never intended stopping. She saw nothing wrong with her actions, thought I was unreasonable, naive about Thailand money-making realities. That evening, I packed bags and took the children to a hotel while figuring out next steps. Anaya kept asking why Daddy looked sad. Miguel wanted to know why we couldn't go home. Little Sophia just cried, sensing tension. Yesterday, the university administrator called about complaints from parents regarding my personal conduct and launching an investigation into my outside business activities. Word had spread about my massage shop connection. Parents concerned about their children being taught by someone involved in Pattaya's entertainment industry. I tried explaining I had no knowledge or involvement, but the administrator politely suggested I consider my options regarding employment. Corporate speak for impending termination for moral turpitude. Here I am, 47, unemployed again, 3 young children, married to someone I never knew, facing Thailand deportation, professional reputation in tatters, wondering how my life became a bad soap opera. This morning, 2 business associates of Niran's visited. They politely but firmly suggested I shouldn't interfere with massage shop operations, that it would be unfortunate if I caused problems for their investment. I may be naive, but I'm not stupid. These weren't legitimate businessmen. Their suggestions sounded like a threat. Apparently, Niran's operation was part of a larger network with serious money involved. People who don't want disruptions. That's when I decided we're getting out. I've contacted the embassy and started emergency travel documents for myself and children. My family back home agreed to help us restart. The plan? Leave Thailand within 2 weeks, before university formal termination and before business associates decide I'm a bigger problem. But here's where it gets really crazy. Niran decided if she can't have her successful business with me as a respectable front, she doesn't want me taking children to Belize either. Yesterday, she filed Thai family court papers claiming I'm an unfit father wanting to kidnap children from their mother and cultural heritage. She's also claiming I was fully aware and involved in massage shop operations from the beginning, only distancing myself because I got caught. She has witnesses, probably business associates, willing to testify I regularly visited, knew about services, even helped recruit customers through university connections. All lies. But Thailand family law tends to favor Thai parents, especially mothers, especially with allegations of foreign parents trying to remove children from the country. So now I'm facing custody battle in foreign legal system, in a language I barely speak, while accused of crimes I didn't commit, possibly threatened by people with law enforcement connections. But I'm not giving up. Growing up in Belize, my grandmother always told stories about our ancestors who came to the Caribbean as indentured servants. They faced impossible odds, worked in conditions that would break most people, somehow built new lives in completely foreign places. Beta, she'd say, we have survivor blood. When things get tough, we don't run, we get creative. So I'm getting creative. With Nim's help, my unlikely ally, I've been documenting everything about Niran's operation, including threats from business associates and her false court accusations. We've identified other women in similar situations, foreign men who thought they married legitimate businesswomen but were actually unknown fronts for questionable operations. We're building a case not just for my custody battle, but potentially for larger investigation into this network preying on naive expats like myself. NIM has contacts with legitimate women's rights organizations and anti trafficking groups very interested in our evidence. Meanwhile, I've secretly prepared Operation Great Escape. Through oil industry contacts, I've secured a job offer from a company in Guyana starting October, giving me legitimate reason for expedited travel documents for myself and children. I'm working with a lawyer specializing in international custody cases, preparing counterclaims documenting Niran's illegal activities and arguing children would be safer outside Thailand during these investigations. Last weekend, while Niran was at the shop thinking I was at university, I took children to Hua Hin Beach for what she thought was a day trip. Actually, I met with a documentary filmmaker specializing in Southeast Asian expat stories. That's right, I'm turning this nightmare into a documentary film. The British filmmaker James, living in Thailand 15 years, was fascinated by my story, thinking it represents a much larger problem of cultural misunderstandings and exploitation in the expat community. He's already filming interviews with Nim, other women in similar situations, even some unknowing customers. The plan? Complete the documentary over coming months, using it to expose these predatory practices and support my custody case by showing I was genuinely unaware and now working to protect others from similar situations. James thinks the documentary could be picked up by Netflix or Amazon Prime, helping other expats avoid my mistakes while providing financial compensation for my life mess. While filming at the beach, Anaya, my 6-year-old who inherited my dramatic tendencies and her mother's intelligence, overheard our conversation about the massage shop. That evening, she came to me very seriously. Daddy, I know mommy's shop is not really for massage. My blood went cold. What do you mean, sweetheart? Sometimes when we visit mommy at work, I see men coming out looking happy and sweaty, but not like massages. Mommy always tells us to wait in the front room, never go to back. Also, Aunt Ploy and Aunt Daw wear very pretty dresses at work, not massage uniform. My 6-year-old figured out what I'd been too naive to see for 3 years. Then she broke my heart. Daddy, I don't want to work in mommy's shop when I grow up. Some friends at school, their mommies work similar shop. They always seem sad. I want to be teacher like you, or engineer, or doctor. Is that okay? That's when I knew I had to get my children out of Thailand, no matter what. Here's where we stand. Documentary filming in secret. Custody battle ongoing. Business associates still making polite threats. University investigation pending. Travel documents processing. Guyana job confirmed. Nim and I working with investigators to expose the larger network. And I'm planning the most dramatic escape since Alcatraz prisoners tunneled out. Current plan: leave Thailand in exactly 12 days, September 17th, taking all 3 children regardless of Thai family court decisions, because their safety and future matter more than legal technicalities. I know this sounds criminal, but after everything, I'm willing to risk legal consequences to protect my children from growing up thinking this business is normal. Niran doesn't know about the documentary, Guyana job, or escape plan. She thinks I'm just a defeated man going through legal process and eventually accepting whatever custody arrangement courts decide. She's about to discover this naive Belize oil worker has more fight than expected. The plan involves carefully coordinated moves. First, transferring remaining savings to a Belize account Niran can't access. Second, having important documents couried to my brother in Belize. Third, arranging a family vacation to Malaysia that's actually our departure point for Guyana flights. Fourth, the really dramatic part, having the documentary air simultaneously with our departure. So by the time Niran realizes we're gone, the whole world knows the true story. This sounds completely insane, and maybe it is. But sometimes when life gets bonkers, the only reasonable response is getting equally bonkers in return. My oil industry training taught me that when you hit unexpected gas pockets or pressure, you don't panic, you adapt, improvise, find ways to safely extract yourself from dangerous situations. That's exactly what I'm doing now. To anyone listening to this or reading this, here's what to take from my ridiculous adventure. Trust your instincts. If something seems too good to be true, it probably is. If your spouse's business seems unusually profitable, ask questions. 2. Don't be afraid to ask stupid questions. Better to look foolish asking for clarification than discover 3 years later you've been living in a lie. 3. When people show who they really are, believe them. Don't make excuses for behavior violating your core values, even if financially beneficial. 4. Document everything. Keep records, photos, save conversations. You never know when you need evidence to protect yourself or children. 5. Cultural differences can hide important truths. Just because something's acceptable in one culture doesn't mean you must accept it in your marriage. 6. Sometimes dramatic action is the most reasonable response. Don't let others' expectations of how you should behave prevent protecting your children. 7. Never give up. There's always creative solutions if you're willing to think outside the box and ask for help from unexpected allies. To expat men thinking they've found their perfect Thai wife at massage shops, maybe ask more questions before investing life savings and reputation into their traditional massage business. In 12 days, Anaya, Miguel, Sofia, and I will be on a plane starting new adventures in Guyana, where I'll work offshore oil platforms again, and they'll attend schools where their mother's business isn't part of their family legacy. Niran will probably be furious. Business associates probably annoyed. Thai family court probably issuing warrants. And the documentary probably causing minor scandal in the expat community. But my children will grow up knowing that when their father discovered their family life was built on lies, he had courage to start over and build something better, even when it meant leaving everything behind. That's a legacy I can live with. Still, I can't lie. Part of me feels the pull of revenge, not against Niran, but against the system that allowed her and her associates trick me for years. I've started journaling every detail, not just for the documentary, but as a survival manual for other expats who might stumble into the same trap. Because trust me, this isn't just my story. In every bar in Pattaya, every expat Facebook group, there are men whispering similar tales but too ashamed to go public. If my humiliation can go viral, maybe it saves someone else's life savings, or even their sanity. If this becomes a Netflix series someday, I hope they cast someone more handsome than me. Maybe that guy from The Rock movies. He has the right confused but determined energy. Wish me luck with Operation Great Escape. By the time you read this, we'll either be safely in Guyana starting our new life, or I'll be calling from Thai prison asking if you know good lawyers. Either way, it's been one hell of a ride. And if my story helps even one person avoid my mistake, maybe this nightmare will have been worth something. Final regards. Fabio Ramirez Singh Williams, soon to be former Thai expat, future Guyanese oil worker, full-time single father, part-time documentary star, and hopefully never again the husband of someone whose business cards I should have read more carefully.